Good morning everyone. So today we'll be discussing about the pumps. What are the types of pumps? In the previous slides we have been discussed about intake. What do you mean by intake? What are the site location for the intake structures? What are the types of intake? We have already discussed. So now in this slide we will be discussing about what are the types of pumps and site selection of the pumps. So while selecting the site for the pumps or the pumping stations, the following points should be remembered. What are the following points? The location should be above the HFL and the required quantity of the water should be available at the site, and the pumping station should be higher level above all the sources of contamination, and the location of the site should be such that the future growth and the expansion may be possible, and the sources of water should be permanent. Okay. So we can say that while selecting the site, we have to follow these points where the required quantity of the water should be available at the site, and the sources of water should be permanent, and the location of the site should be possible for the future growth and the expansion of the pump. Okay. So what are the types of pumps? So first is centrifugal pumps, reciprocating pumps, rotary pumps and airlift pumps. Okay. So we'll be discussing 4 types of pumps. So centrifugal pump means this is one type of a centrifugal pump. You can see the images of centrifugal pump. It is one type of a rotating machine in which the flow and pressure are generated dynamically, and the energy changes occur by virtue of 2 main parts of the pump. That is, first is impeller and the volute or the casing. This is, you can see, this is the impeller. This one is all the impeller, and this one is volute or casing. Okay, this one is suction eye, and this one is valve, and this one is where the water will be discharged. This is the discharge. And what is the function of the casing? The function of the casing is to collect the liquid that has been discharged by the impeller and to convert some kinetic energy into pressure energy. And these types of pumps are most commonly used worldwide, and the pump is strong, efficient and fairly cheap to make. Okay, so this is the centrifugal pump. Okay, and there are 2 types of centrifugal pump. First is volute type centrifugal pump and diffuse or turbine type centrifugal pump. Okay, so next we will be reading about that is reciprocating pump. So in a reciprocating pump, a piston or a plunger moves upward and downward. You can see here, this is the images of the reciprocating pump, and here it is one type of a piston, and here it is a cylinder. Okay, and here the piston is moving upward and downward. That is, we can say it as it is moving left or the right direction. Okay, during the suction stroke, the pump cylinder fills with fresh liquid, and the discharge stroke displaces it through a check valve into the discharge line. So while in this form, inlet pipe, the water will be entering. Okay, so after the water will be filled up in the cylinder, the piston will come to this side. Okay, left directly to the right side. Okay, so after that, if the cylinder is filled with the water, then here is a discharge pipe where the water would be discharged. Okay, and the reciprocating pumps can also develop at a very high pressure. You can also say it as the reciprocating pump can also develop at a very high pressure. Okay, so this is one type of images in reciprocating pump. So next we will be discussing about that is rotary pumps. The pump rotor or the rotary pump displaces the liquid either by rotating or by rotating and orbiting the motion. Okay, here it is 2 types of rotary pumps. You can see here the rotary pump with the gear, this one is the gear, and the rotary pump with the cams, this one is all the cams. Here the water has been inletted to the pump, and here the water has been discharged. Here it is the same process. Okay, so in the rotary pump mechanism, it consists of a casing with closely fitted cams, lobes or the vanes that provide the means for conveying a fluid. Okay, this is the rotary pump that consists of a closely fitted cams, lobes or vanes that provide a means for conveying a fluid. Okay. Okay, this is one type of a rotary pump. Next, the last pump, that is the airlift pump, we will be discussing. An airlift pump is a device which is used to lift the water from the well or a sump with the use of a compressed air. Here you can see the images of the airlift pump. It is a device which is used to lift the water from the well or a sump with the use of a compressed air, and the compressed air is made to mix with the water, and it is well known that the density of the water is more than the density of the air, and the main principle of the airlift pump is that the density difference between the water and the air. This is the simple devices in which the liquid enters from one end and a mixture of air and liquid discharges from the other end. Okay, this is the airlift pump principle. Okay, so next we will be discussing about, that is, pipes. So we have been seeing the pipes. Okay, we are using in our houses, everywhere we are using the pipes. So what do you mean by pipes? Pipes are the circular conduits in which the water flows under pressure, and nowadays the pressure pipes are mostly used at every places, and they have eliminated the use of aqueduct, channels, tunnels to a large extent. So all of us have been seeing pipes, that is a circular type conduct in which the water flows under the pressure, and nowadays mainly the pressure pipes are mostly used at every places, and some of the aqueducts, channels and tunnels, they have been eliminated and the pipes have been used. Okay, so what are the selection of the material for the pipe? So first one is carrying the capacity of the pipe, durability and the life of the pipe, type of the water to be conveyed and its corrosive effect on the pipe material, availability of the fonts, maintenance cost and the repair. So what are the materials that would be selected for the pipe? So first is we have to see the capacity, carrying capacity of the pipe, and durability and what is the lifespan of the pipe, and what is the availability of the fonts, maintenance cost, repair, and the type of the water that is to be conveyed and its corrosive effect on the pipe material. Okay. So next we will be discussing about, that is, pipes for the water supply system. What are the types of pipes that has been used for the water supply system? First one is cast iron pipes. Okay, so here is the images. You can see the cast iron pipes images here. These cast iron pipes are most commonly used in water distribution system mainly because of the following reasons. First one is they are cheaper in cost, it has higher resistance to corrosion, and it is highly durable. Okay, so we can say that it is mainly used in a water distribution system because they are cheaper in cost and it is highly durable and it has high resistance to corrosion. Also we can say that the cast iron pipes are manufactured by 4 methods. Okay, so first one is horizontally cast, vertically cast, pit cast in sand mold, centrifugally cast in sand lines, mold spoon type, centrifugally cast in water. Okay, and the special care has been taken for the cast iron pipe during the transportations and making connection of these pipes from damages. Okay, so we can say that the cast iron pipes have been manufactured by 4 methods and the special care has been taken while transporting or making connection the pipes to prevent from the damages, and it is highly durable and it is less cheaper in cost. Okay, so next we will be reading about, that is, wrought iron pipes. Okay, here you can see the diagram of wrought iron pipes. Okay, wrought iron pipes is commercially pure iron and having a very small carbon content. That is, the carbon content does not exceed to 0.15%, but it usually contains some slag, mainly it contains. And it is tough, malleable and ductile, and it can be easily molded. And wrought iron pipe is used for the water supply in older houses. And wrought iron does not fuse easily so that it cannot be cast. Wrought iron is typically threaded into cast iron fittings, and the pipe also comes in black or galvanized. Okay, so these are the wrought iron pipes which is ductile and it can be easily molded, and these pipes mainly comes in black or galvanized and they do not fuse easily. Okay, so Next, we'll be reading about steel pipes in the next slide. Thank you.